It's time for this week's episode of Brandon Sports Talk, featuring in-depth interviews from those who are trending in the world of athletics. And now, here's the host of Brandon Sports Talk, Brandon Pate.
Welcome back to Brandon Sports Talk. In today's episode, I have the privilege to interview the PWHPA professional hockey player, Marlene Boissonnault. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Can you talk about how you knew that you wanted to play professional hockey?
I think for me, it just became something that I have always known. Knowing that hockey was a passion of mine is something I wanted to follow, to keep doing after college. So to me, it just came in the right time, and it's just something that just felt right. So that's why I did it.
What was it like playing college hockey with Cornell?
It was amazing. Cornell's an amazing school. It was an amazing experience. At the end of the day, it's something that I'll never forget. Some of the best 4 years of my life. And yeah, just all around amazing people, amazing culture. Something that I'll forever cherish.
What was it like putting on the red Cornell jersey?
It was phenomenal. To me, they did a big ceremony whenever we first got the jerseys, where they kind of told you who wore it before you, who those players were, and how it came about to be eventually yours. And so that was a big thing for us. And I think at the end of the day, being able to put on that jersey was just a big kind of realization of how much work had been put in to be able to go to such a phenomenal school. So to be able to put on that jersey was honestly quite the honor, and something absolutely special for sure.
What was it like going to a Cornell and obviously knowing the tradition that Cornell had with their jersey of talking about who came before you? And now, obviously, with you leaving Cornell, what is that like having that tradition of being one of those players to be a former player?
It's really cool. I mean, at the end of the day, to think back that my name will forever be a part of the Cornell women's hockey kind of community is something really kind of flattering and special to think about, because at the end of the day, it's something that is very close to my heart, and Cornell will always be a part of my family. So at the end of the day, to know that my name will be kind of passed on to the next number one goalie will be something that'll be amazing to watch and amazing to hear about for sure.
What were some of your accomplishments in Cornell?
We ended up going to the Frozen Four my senior year. I think that was one of the biggest accomplishments. We won multiple Ivy League titles, ECAC championship regular season titles, and overall had great percentages and kind of high scores, or we ranked really well in the leagues in general, finishing top 10 my last 2 years very easily. And then my final year, I think we finished top 3 of the entire NCAA. So that was in itself huge accomplishments.
What's the feeling like of going to the Frozen Four with Cornell?
Amazing. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what you fight for, right? For the whole season, that's where you want to be at the end of the year. So to be able to kind of hop on that bus and know that you're going to the Frozen Four is something that's kind of hard to explain, but it's quite an exciting feeling. And to actually show up there and play against some of the very best girls in the NCAA in the entire country, it's got kind of an indescribable feeling. And yeah, something you fight for an entire year, and sometimes for all 4 years. So it's definitely one of the best feelings there is.
Of course, what was the feeling like of going to the Frozen Four and obviously getting a chance to be in the national championship game?
It was quite amazing. I mean, at the end of the day, it's one of those things, like I said, you fight for the entire season. So to be able to actually get there and be able to compete and fight for the title is something you just dream of for the whole year. So once you're there, it's something that you truly enjoy every second of. And yeah, like I said, it's an indescribable feeling. It's just something that you really, really enjoy.
Of course, during your time with Cornell, did you ever get to hoist up the Frozen Four championship?
No, so we never actually won the NCAAs. We got really close, and we actually lost to one of the winning teams my last year. But yeah, at the end of the day, we were very, very close. But no, we never got the privilege of hoisting that cup.
Of course, coming out of Cornell, what was it like getting into professional hockey?
It was a transition for sure, because right now the current state of the Women's Hockey Professional League is kind of still in the works, as you might be aware. So coming out of a very structured and very formal college experience into the current state of the professional league was kind of a bit of a shock, but also very humbling, because at the end of the day, it shows that all of these girls coming out of college are all uniting as one into this professional league, and we're all very kind of united into what we want to accomplish. So it's something that was definitely a challenge to adjust to, but at the end of the day, it's very humbling and makes you want to fight even more for what is right, because you just came out of it, or you just came out of what should be the minimum standard, or at least one of the minimal standards for the league. So that's how I felt coming into the professional league.
Of course, coming out of Cornell, what was it like having both options of going either to the NWHL or to obviously where you are now in the PWHPA?
It was nice. I mean, at the end of the day, it was nice to have both options. For me, it honestly came down to what I felt was more right for me. Nothing against the NWHL necessarily. So at the end of the day, it was nice to have both options. It's great to see that there's place for girls to play beyond college at all levels, and for everyone to play, and there's a lot of spots. So that's very exciting for the women's hockey world. So yeah, I think I was very fortunate to have places to go and to have options.
What was it like getting to play in the PWHPA?
It was very nice, and it still is. At the end of the day, like I said, it's challenging because right now we're very limited in terms of ice time and in terms of resources and different different abilities to be able to play. So it's very limiting to an extent, but at the same time, it's very humbling because we do get to play with all these phenomenal girls, and we're all together as one, trying to fight for what's right. So it is a very nice place to be, and it's going to be nice down the line to look back at these years and think about how far we've come. But certainly, you got to get through the tough times in order to see those brighter years. So right now, we are sitting in tough times, but there's something exciting that's coming for sure.
What was it like for you to sign with Calgary?
It was nice. I mean, Calgary for me was something that was very exciting. Being somewhere that is going to pay off for me. It's somewhere that I wanted to move to after Cornell. So at the end of the day, it's very nice to be able to move here and play for the Calgary team.
Can you talk about, of course, putting on that Calgary jersey for the first time and what that was like putting on that PWHPA Calgary jersey?
It was really nice. At the end of the day, it's one of those feelings where you put something on and you feel like, it's a huge accomplishment of a lot of hard work you've put in into that jersey. So at the end of the day, it was a very nice feeling, very, a huge accomplishment to be able to put on that jersey, knowing that it's a true professional league. It's something that's truly, truly exciting. And to know that you've officially made it on the other side of the fence to the professional side is something obviously that is hard to put into words. So at the end of the day, it's a great feeling to put on that jersey.
What is a typical game day like for you in the PWHPA?
So the PWHPA got created, I think about 9 months before the pandemic hit. So, and in that 9 months, since it was such in the baby stages, we didn't really fully have actual game days. So our game days have been very COVID impacted. So for an example, a game day for COVID, it would have been in a hotel. We were isolated. Morning would start with the morning breakfast delivered at your door. You would pick up that breakfast. You'd have a team kind of activation or some sort of little tiny workout over Zoom. And then you would go maybe for a walk. You'd have a meal. You would maybe gather in the hallway, pop your head out, talk to your teammates. Eventually, you'd make your way to the rink. Once you got to the rink, you were able to kind of mingle with your teammates and kind of talk game and whatnot, and prepare for the game, play a phenomenal match, and then head right back to the rink, and ensuring that you do all the little things that you usually do as much as you can in those time frames. But yeah, so it was very COVID impacted, so very limited in that sense. So not fully usual game day, but yeah, that's what it looked like or has looked like so far.
What is it going to feel like, obviously, with COVID lifting and obviously getting back into hockey? What is it going to feel like to have a normal season in the PWHPA?
It's going to feel like an absolute relief. We've been fighting for this for going on 2 years now, going on 3 maybe. So it's going to be it's going to be a relief, because at the end of the day, it's what we've been fighting for 2+ years now. It's something we've been waiting for very patiently, and sometimes not so patiently, just because of the severity of the lack of game and lack of support for the women's game right now. So at the end of the day, it's going to be something truly exciting to be able to finally kick off a proper league or proper season. So yeah, that's going to be something truly, truly exciting, and something worth celebrating for sure.
What are some similarities and differences in between, obviously, the NWHL and the PWHPA?
I think at the end of the day, there's not many differences. I think there's way more similarity than differences. And that is basically the fact that we're all fighting to play hockey. We all want to play hockey beyond college. We all want to be able to pursue our hockey careers to the max. And I think that's where we got to focus, is the fact that we're a bunch of girls just trying to play pro hockey like we deserve. So at the end of the day, I think we got to focus more on what's similar than what's different. And I think that's what we have in commonality. We're pro hockey players wanting to play pro, and that's about it.
What is it like playing different teams in the PWHPA?
It's awesome. I mean, at the end of the day, you get to play some of the best girls in the world, right? So the talent is absolutely outstanding. You get to have crazy game, have crazy saves, have crazy kind of moments. You get to play against some of your favorite favorite players, some of your teammates, some of your, a bunch of girls that you played against in college and you now get to play against on the pro level or play with on the pro level. So all in all, just a great time.
Who are some players that you look up to in the hockey community?
I wouldn't say I look up to anyone in particular. I would say that I just admire everyone's kind of will and mentality and competing and just wanting to fight for what's right. I think all in all, I'm inspired by every girl that, fight on the pro side. So I think it's just an inspiring group of girls that decide to kind of pursue their dream into something that's very limited and something that's very kind of inexistent at the moment. So I think I'm inspired by every single one of them.
What is it like playing against some of players in the PWHPA, like Brittany Howard, Samantha Coates, and Delana?
At the end of the day, it's fun to play against all these girls. I mean, there's a lot of them that I know very well. I currently live very close to Samantha Cogan, so I think at the end of the day, it's a lot of fun. You get very close to these girls just like you did in college. Hockey is a very small community, and sports in general makes it that you get very close to your teammates and sometimes very close to your opponents. So it makes for a very, very fun community and a very, very fun game to play.
What advice would you give college hockey players looking to play college hockey and then move on to professionally?
Enjoy every moment, especially in college right now. Currently, the state of women's hockey is that college is basically our NHL, right? So college is where we get the most kind of support, the most kind of resources and whatnot. So at the end of the day, and really enjoy college. And hopefully right now, girls who are graduating college will be able to step into a league that's fully kind of structured and fully has all the fundamentals and resources that they need. So my goal is for them to be able to step into a league, and that's our goal as a united front right now. So at the end of the day, have fun, enjoy your college career, and keep working hard so that by the time you come into the PWHPA or however that league may be called, you're ready to win some championships.
What are some of your future plans in the PWHPA as you begin this normal season?
It's going to be to help create and sustain a phenomenal league. At the end of the day, I want to be able to be a part of a league that's truly worthy of the professional title, and to be able to play in that league, being able to be proud of it. So at the end of the day, that's my goal, is to be able to, be a part of a league that's something to be proud of. So, yeah.
What advice would you give those players that are professional athletes that are playing in the NWHL or even in the PWHPA?
To keep fighting. I mean, at the end of the day, we're all standing in a place where it's hard, whether it be in the NWHL or PWHPA. It's not an easy thing to do. Whether you're talking about financial, whether you're talking about sacrifices in life in general. it's not an easy place to be, you know, and that's unfortunately the life of a woman's, you know, athlete in general. So at the end of the day, for anyone out there playing, whether it be NWHL or PWHPA, my advice is just keep going, you know, don't give up, grind harder than ever, because every day is a day closer to a true professional league. So that's my advice.
That's wonderful advice. Where can my listeners find you at on social media?
On Facebook, it's Marlene at Marlene Boss. On Twitter at Marlene Bois, BOI. And yeah, that's where you can find me.
Thank you again, Marlene, for your interview, and best of luck in your future in your professional career in the PWHPA.
Thanks, Brandon. Have a good one.
You can find Brandon Sports Talk on Facebook at Brandon Sports Talk, Instagram at Brandon Sports Talk, Twitter at Talk_Brandon, and you can find me on YouTube at Brandon Sports Talk. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again for your interview, and best of luck in your future.
You've been watching Brandon Sports Talk. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to Brandon Sports Talk on social media and on YouTube.